Hi, this is Rob Knight from GoMo News. We're on the floor of CTIA. It's Wednesday. I'm with Brian Lent, CEO of Medio, and we've just had a quick walk around. So, Brian, what's your thoughts on what you've seen today?
Yeah, today was actually pretty interesting. Today, at the keynote at least, there was a lot of discussion around openness and the carriers opening, their walled gardens and allowing more content and allowing consumers to get easier access to applications. A lot of talk about the iPhone and things of that nature and how to get more applications developed on the iPhone. Mm-hmm. Yahoo released its blueprint, so a lot of excitement there. What's interesting though is I walked around and looked at a lot of the booths. There's some smaller companies here, and they have some pretty interesting technologies. Beat the Traffic is an example that was very cool. It looked nice. It was somewhat niche-y, but they did a great job in both the product on the web and mobile. But the question I asked a lot of them is sort of, how do you find it? As a consumer? Like, well, on this carrier you go to here, in this deck, in other places, it's buried. So the whole notion of discoverability, I think, is only going to exacerbate as people look for iPhone-like quality applications. I mean, arguably, even in the iStore, people have to find a way to download this. So at least for me, thinking about it from a search perspective, it's, having it all tied together so there's a single search box on the idle screen. And when you want traffic, you just say traffic. It integrates with the location systems like we see from a lot of the big other vendors here, but it then brings you to the traffic app. So really gluing together a lot of the community at the start of the customer experience, ending at whatever unique advantages they bring, still feels like it's going to be even more important this year. So I'm excited to look at the other stuff on upstairs floor and hopefully see if there's other companies that fit the paradigm of what consumers are looking for. So if someone wants traffic, direct them there, but as they want television or other things like mobile TV, you want to incorporate that into the overall experience. Yeah, cool.
One of the great things I saw on Medio today was the fact that you've got voice search, which is fantastic. I think it's such an expanding area, and and it's people, instead of having to sit at their phone and text or use a search box, just speak, and it makes it like a personal assistant, who's with you all the time. And
yeah, absolutely. And that was interesting. We were talking about this earlier. One of the issues we have with speech search or voice search input beyond the language issues is just, again, consumers knowing they can do it. Right. So when you see it the first time, or if you saw it on a TV commercial from a carrier, you'd be like, "This is great," and everyone would do it. So sometimes it's just the simple nature. How do you tell people hold down the send key and speak? So there's a lot still to go in the industry, but I'm finding myself I'm using it all the time to get latest updates and that kind of thing. So we're going to definitely invest more and more in our partnerships with those speech providers and other things too. Camera, taking picture of a barcode. Actually, code scan and 2D barcode is another issue that came out at the WIC Leadership Council about what they need to do relative to 2D barcodes and standards. So from my view, all of that is a search. It's all input to this small device, and we have to help find the answer to that.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's Rob and Brian from GoMo News. Cheers.